this is a signal to vote no tomorrow at the school board election. We need a common person on that board, and we need to vote no. We need to have people that know when to stop asking for money, 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 and more money. Now, this is hallowed ground as far as I'm concerned. This used to be Roosevelt School Ground. But what they do, come up with a new name, which didn't need to happen. To me, this will always be Roosevelt Grounds. I went to school here when I was a young girl. And you know, I didn't exactly get the best grades in school, but I sure knew that our flag was very important. Our education was, and you know, we have all new schools in this town. What more do we need? People come from out of town, just like I said before, and they think they need to tell us here in Mason City what we need and what we don't need. And you know, Anita has a fabulous salary, over $200,000 with all the benefits. $6,000 for transportation between here and Clear Lake and Des Moines, and hard telling how many other perks. And you know, now they're going to take over the Girard teaching, so that'll up some more money in their pocket. And what are they talking about? Getting rid of Madison School. Now, I tried to tell them that that was wrong. We have a lot of organizations in Mason City that could use that building. In fact, I think they owe it to the taxpayers to let us have that building. And I said, do you ever have a common person on your board? They didn't need to answer me. And they talk real low, and they have their 5-minute rule. You know, we're the taxpayers, and we want to be heard. Now, the Globe-Gazette says the same old people are saying no to the bond issue. I have never brought that up before. Never. I had a nice letter. They really published it yesterday, which surprised me. They didn't have a chance to change my wording. When I went to the school board and gave a talk, they changed my wording. I said, there's lots of foundations in Mason City. Too bad the same people control them all the time and give out just to who they want to. But they could help with that saving of Madison School. And why did they have to change the name of this school? I have no idea, except, like I say, somebody coming from out of town that thinks they know more than we know. Now, I think I heard there's 20 administrators, and I asked them, I said, you know, years ago, there were teachers. Teachers deserve good pay. Teachers are worth their weight in gold. A good teacher. There needs to be a way to get rid of the stinkers, and there's still a few probably around. I know one in particular that she was at Harding School, and like the Globe-Gazette reporter said, I bawled them out about my kids' education. Well, some of those teachers needed to be bawled out. They needed to be kicked right out of Mason City. But we've got teachers union, you know, so they can do any damn thing they want to the students of this town. Now, I was impressed with some of the people I saw at the school board meeting, but they all had their backs to the audience. You couldn't tell who they were, and you couldn't hear what they had to say. And that's a shame, because some of them looked like they were pretty good educators. They've got one in charge of every department, it sounds like. And the lady that is in charge of the money, she talked about like a mouse. You couldn't hardly hear a word she said. Now, if you'd like somebody on the school board that has a little bit of common sense and knows what the poor man goes through, why don't you write in David McCourt's name, and then don't forget to fill in that little circle. And you know, I don't care if they criticize me. At my age, I don't really care. We need to get back to old glory, prayers in school. I asked one of the principals at Harding School if they say the Pledge of Allegiance. Well, so-and-so and I were talking about that, and maybe we'll do that. I have the nicest little granddaughter. She's 6 years old. She goes to North Springs School. She could have come to Mason City, but they say the Pledge of Allegiance in North Springs. And you know, it's not about buildings. It's about what our kids are taught, how they're taught, and how they're treated. And from my experience in Mason City, I was not too happy a mother. I better sign off now, but I hope everybody gets out and votes tomorrow. And please send them a clear message. We don't need 2 more levies. They have enough money. It's about time that they send some of that money to good teachers, and some of those people from out of town keep their mouths shut. Roosevelt Field.